What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my Godzilla comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Godzilla Here There Be Aliens issue number 2. This one's written by Frank Thierry with art by Angel Hernandez, and this is part 2 of 5 of the final part of the Godzilla Here There Be trilogy. So we had Here There Be Dragons, then Sons of Giants, and now we have Here There Be Aliens. So last issue, we learned about the Xiliens infiltrating the government and getting ready to launch their invasion on Earth utilizing Hedorah. And we also learned that they had a war with the Simians, and they were the ones who had won. And it seems they've kind of assimilated some of that Xilien tech in their weaponry, and they're going to use that in their means to help destroy Earth. So as we kind of see in this one, the invasion has kind of began. Some of the Xiliens are kind of dead there, it seems, but we also have Hedorah going there attacking everything on sight. Hedorah is basically sent as kind of this probe of sorts to kind of invade the world and basically suck the life force out of people, and it's some pretty gnarly stuff right there. Hedorah is definitely one of Godzilla's most dangerous opponents, and we also saw the character Bob in the last one was talking about the Sons of Giants and explaining how they existed and all that, but we also learned that the Xiliens have been secretly kind of taking over the government, and we come to find out that, you know, a lot of stuff that we know of, like H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, had inspiration from like the real life Hedorah stuff when he was telling the story. And we also learned about the reason the Sons of Giants were kind of around is they were meant to take down the Xiliens in secret. But the secret's kind of out now. The Xiliens are here, and they've been trying to hold off their invasions for many, many years. So with the Xiliens invading, now they're kind of going to need help from some sort of weapon to stop them. And we come to learn that Ben Franklin, believe it or not, was one of the designers of Jet Jaguar, which I think is pretty cool. Just how that's all kind of tied into like our history and with the monsters and all that, the way that all comes together. So Jet Jaguar is brought in to fight the different monsters. So he's sent in to kind of take down Hedorah. And he pretty much, you know, seems to work. We also see the Xiliens are in possession of Megalon, Space Godzilla, and Gigan under their control, and they're going to get ready to launch their invasion against humanity to just kind of take over. They took down the Simians, now they're getting ready to take down the Xiliens. And I do like that there are other, like, alien races, like, factored into the Godzilla franchise. We never really see, like, the warring factions between that. We always just see, like, one kind of invade Earth, but this time we learned that they're, you know, they feuded out in space before they made their way to our planet, and the only means of defense really is humanity and the Titans, or the kaiju, whatever you want to call them as. I'm used to the Monster vs. Titans angle. But yeah, so Jet Jaguar's there. He's immune to Hedorah's attacks, given that he is, in fact, a robot, and he's managed to kind of take him down, and everyone's like cheering, clapping. Yeah, way to go, Jet Jaguar. But oops, looks like Mechagodzilla is getting ready to launch his counterattack. So yeah, we're going to get Jet Jaguar versus Mechagodzilla, who's definitely based more on the simian design, and it seems that things are not looking good for him. So it looks like in the next issue, Godzilla and Jet Jaguar are going to have to team up, and I always like the fact that immediately, like, the first time Jet Jaguar showed up in something, like, he became Godzilla's basically his best friend. We haven't really gotten that in a movie or anything in a while, but I always like that aspect of Jet Jaguar being friends with Godzilla, and we even got that in the short films too, so like that were Toho had released not too long ago. But that's basically where the issue ends in a nutshell. It's some pretty engaging stuff. The artwork is good. The story is interesting to see how it all kind of ties into our history, and we're getting ready to have the big, grand, like, epic conclusion with the third chapter of this thing. So I really like the first two series, and I think this one's even more exciting in some ways because we have that foundation with the secret society and all that, and it's just kind of cool how it's all kind of being utilized in this type of story. So I really recommend Godzilla Here There Be Aliens. I think it's the best thing IDW has arguably put out since their relaunch. I really like this stuff, like, quite a bit, and I'm excited to see, like, where we go from here. So sorry again this is delayed, but G-Fest was happening and I just didn't have time to kind of post this one from last week. But you know what, we're getting it out now, and yes, I am feeling a bit of the G-Fest, post-G-Fest blues, if you will, now that it's kind of over. But you know what? It was a really good time, and I'm glad I went, and now it's time to kind of get back to normal, I suppose, like, whatever that may be. So, but anyways, what did you all think of Godzilla Here There Be Aliens issue number 2? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications, all of the fun stuff. We've got new comic book day tomorrow. Can't remember what's supposed to be coming out, but I'm sure it should be fun. So, as always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.